Hello, podcast family.
Welcome to the podcast
Your
today.
mother and I have something we would like to discuss with you. Okay, where were we?
I don't know why, but that's really funny. We're glad you could join us today because there's something we've been meaning to talk to you about.
Well, it's World Kindness Day, and you've been very mean to your sister. We got that. That's happening. We take an extended look at Disney Plus because
it's the day after.
Yeah, we both spent some time watching it last night. We talk about fat cats suing your coach, soap operas, which is it's kind of a long discussion.
Did we talk a long time about it?
I'm fascinated by it. You'll see why, but I always love hearing about the business of it and all of it. I'm fascinated by making things, and that is something. Hardee's, Oreos, McDonald's, Uber, the RadioU Christmas tree. There's actually a lot of talk about the Christmas channel.
Yes, because we have been working on that today.
We have. And let's see.
Even though it's a shame because yesterday in the podcast we said we were about ready to decorate with the Christmas trees.
Yeah, we didn't do it.
That was a lie. We decided we didn't want to do it then. We would just do it during the show this morning. And why do something when you can push it off for the next day?
And to be clear, when we say we decided, in this podcast, you'll find out what that actually meant. Somebody was a total grump about it, and so we didn't do it.
You weren't ready yet, and you had to be ready today.
Now we're ready. Oh, we're so ready.
Well, enjoy the podcast. Don't forget to say hello. You can text anytime, 877-2-RADIO-U. Put your name, put where you're listening from, and that you're a podcast listener. And then we'll get back with you, and you can also join us at RadioU Riot on Facebook.
All right. Anything else?
Enjoy the podcast.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
The definition of insanity is putting the riot on again and again and expecting a better result. It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
David wanted to remind us that today is World Kindness Day.
It is. I forgot about that.
So,
how unkind of me.
Well, forgetful. And you know what, Nikki? We're being kind about reminding you.
We are, and you guys too.
And not being mean about you being
Even though at first we were like, you can't tell us to be kind today.
Be what we want.
Defiance disorder thing. It's not pretty. It's fine.
You know what? I'm going to go out of my way to not be kind.
But that'd be a good thing to remember today. Try to be a little extra kind, a little extra kindness to people that you meet today.
Here we go. World Kindness Day is an international observance on November 13th. It was introduced in 1998 by the World Kindness Movement, a coalition of nations kindness NGOs. I don't know what that is. But it's observed in Canada, Japan, Australia, Nigeria, the United Arab Emirates, and more.
All right.
So it wasn't very kind to leave out the United States.
Thank you to Jeff. He texted us, Happy Christmas Channel Day. Obie and I, like we mentioned, are recording our RadioU Christmas Channel later today. That will be unveiled for you to listen to starting next Friday on the 22nd.
Yes, indeed.
That's the launch day for the RadioU Christmas Channel.
And God bless us, everyone.
Because we've been asked, when does that launch? Every day since Christmas in July. So
this is it, baby.
It's coming soon.
This is the one. And then AJ wants to know if I'm going to try to price match TVs.
Yeah, Obie's looking for a new TV.
No, I'm going to buy it at Costco. It's a good price. I'm going to pay a little bit more than what I would pay at some other retailers. But because I'm getting it at Costco, I'll get a 4-year warranty.
Yes.
Which makes it in the long run, a pretty good trade-off.
And I'm not sure if Sam's Club is like this, but with Costco, they just don't care. You know, like you bring it back, as long as you're within that window, they're like, okay, we'll fix it.
What window? A 90-day window. I could buy this TV today and change my mind in February.
Which is why you should go there and get their open boxes.
In February.
That's what people do.
And I could take it back.
Without any issues. It's a comfort, you know.
Hey, you know what? I'm just helping out.
Well, thank you, AJ, for texting as well. 877-2-RADIO-U. Or if you want to ever message us, you join us at RadioU Riot. That's our Facebook page.
The Riot. They're kind of a big deal.
Hey, can we do that again? Maybe a little more energy?
No. Radio U.
Last night was the night. Yesterday was the day Disney Plus launched. And yeah, they had a couple of tech problems. So what?
Seems like...
Can you imagine the amount of people that were trying to hit the servers for the first time all at once?
And I think I saw most of that up until like early afternoon. And then it seemed like afternoon and evening, for a lot of people, it was fine.
I had no trouble.
Yeah.
It just worked.
We also didn't have any trouble before the show yesterday morning.
Right.
It was like
Also
4
true.
a.m. and
Also true.
no one else was up watching it.
So, what'd you think?
I like it. I mean, I don't know how much I'll enjoy movie-wise because I really feel like most of it I have seen. And
sure.
To try to get past all the animated movies, I need to go deeper into it.
Yeah.
But I'm impressed with the look of it. I mean, it's pretty simple, and I guess that's fine.
I started watching, what did I play? I watched The Mandalorian last night.
So that's one episode a week?
One episode a week, and their episodes hit on Friday mornings, like in the middle of the night somewhere. So they're like, there will be another one this week for their original series kind of stuff. But I looked at The Black Cauldron, which was the movie that I think they've only released it like one time or something. It tanked really bad when it came out.
Which means Obi had to watch it.
I watched some of it. I'll tell you this. I felt like the picture quality was excellent.
Yeah, I watched the Forky short with the piggy bank guy from Toy Story, and I was just like, wow, this looks really good.
Yes.
Quality's good.
It's in 4K and HDR if you have it and all of that kind of stuff. And I just thought the presentation was great. Seriously. Let's see, what else? The other thing I thought was cool is they basically haven't talked about it almost at all, at least that's how I feel, is that there are a bunch of National Geographic documentaries on there. Mm-hmm. And I was like, man, there's a couple of those I'm way into watching. I love underwater documentaries. I don't know why.
It's fine.
And don't make me think about it. I just like them. And so I saw a couple there I'd like to watch. They've got some stuff on the Apollo missions again.
I saw that most people just wanted to see Disney things from when they were younger. That seemed to be the biggest kick that most people got out of it.
The Disney Afternoon, the X-Men cartoon was on there. There was a bunch of stuff, and all of those like Rebels, and there was just a lot of different stuff. That was the thing that blew my mind. It's like, this is not like Netflix where they're gathering from like 50 different companies. This is all one company. Mm-hmm. I mean, granted, they've bought 20th Century Fox, and they bought... Who else did they buy?
Well, National Geographic.
National Geographic, and they own Touchstone Pictures, and there's like a few different things. But at the end of the day, these are the intellectual properties of only one company. It's wild. It's wild.
But not bad. Once everybody could actually watch things.
Yeah.
I think that seemed to be people's biggest concern during the day, but it was fine later.
My last thought will be this, that back in the day, I worked at a video store where, I mean, it was just, we sold movies and music and stuff. And every Christmas, I worked there for 4 years, I think, 3 years. And every Christmas, parents would come in looking for that movie their kid had to have. Mm-hmm. And it would always be a movie that was out of print. And they would scream and yell and get so upset about it. After a while, I feel like people have figured that out, but Disney would put things in the vault. And last night when I looked at Disney Plus, and here were all the movies that these parents had screamed at me about. It was like, here's The Little Mermaid, Aladdin, The Lion King, Sleeping Beauty, Cinderella, whatever. And it's just lined up in a row. And I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Young Obi could have really used that.
I just thought, I was like, dude, can you imagine a world where people would have come in to my store and been like, you're ruining my kid's Christmas. And I'd be like, here, for $7 a month, you can have everything. Now get out.
There.
It's crazy. That's why they're printing money.
So pretty good.
Yeah.
I think it was good.
I find myself wondering, like, by the time we hit January, if I'm still going to want it.
No, my biggest concern is, I have a folder where all my apps are for like entertainment.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to get a few of not just Netflix ones. And I feel like I'll go through and watch one for a long time, and then I'll just totally neglect the other ones, and then I'll switch. And I feel like I need to come up with a sort of balanced approach, so I'm using them all.
You need to start rotating.
Otherwise, they'll just sit there.
Well, you need to start unsubscribing. And then you just resubscribe when you're ready for the next month.
When you're ready to go.
I kind of did that with Hulu. I mean, of course, I only get free subscriptions to Hulu. But when I know I have a month of Hulu, I'll watch stuff on Hulu.
Save it up for then.
Yeah, and then when my free month runs out, bye Hulu.
If it's louder than it has to be and way worse than it has any right to be, it must be the worst of the riot on Radio U.
To be clear, I don't have all of the details on this. There are probably some subtleties that I'm going to miss out on, but this lawsuit kind of blows my mind. So in 2012, 7 years ago, there's a guy by the name of John Suk. John is a junior varsity baseball coach at Bound Brook High School. So he's the third base coach in this particular case, and he has a student that's rounding second, coming to third, and he gives them the command to slide.
Sure.
slides into third, breaks his ankle.
Ooh.
The family is suing him for
Giving
negligence.
the command?
Because they say that the slide was unnecessary, and because he did what his coach told him to do, he got injured, and so it's the coach's fault.
Sure.
And they want to sue the coach and the school for everything.
I don't know. I mean, on one side, the coach is just doing what a coach does, and they think they make the right call.
Right.
On the other hand, imagine if you had your life planned out and you were playing baseball or you were doing whatever, you were supposed to go on to your next thing, and then one bad call completely destroys. Maybe he can't recover from this injury.
They say it was a very bad break.
Yeah.
Again, I don't have all of the details, but it is one of those things where sitting back, okay, when you're a judge, you don't judge on what you think. You have to judge on the law. Mm-hmm. That's something that I feel like a lot of people don't get, is that as a judge, you're supposed to read the law and then apply the law to the circumstances. It's not just a matter of, this is my opinion, what I think, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't know what the law would be like, but it just the ramifications, having to think through, like, okay, is the coach responsible for bad advice? Or is there an understanding between player and coach that, hey,
might not work out.
Mistakes can be made. Mm-hmm. Like there's a chance that by playing this sport, you're going to become injured, et cetera, et cetera.
Do you sign something when you start the league, or what did you say? This was high school?
Yeah, high school. I'm sure a waiver was signed at some point.
But then how sad is it, though? Because then you're out. You have a really bad break. Maybe you can't move on to what you wanted for college, all in one call.
But is that the coach's fault?
No, it's not. That's just the call.
And to be
They're
clear,
hurt.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're angry.
I mean, I'm not. That's the other thing, is that I'm not trying to minimize the tragedy of the experience. Mm. He's 15. He probably did want to go on to play baseball, and
maybe can't.
Wasn't able to as a result of this thing.
And this is going on for 7 years.
7 years. That's the other thing that's mind blowing. Can you imagine 7 years later? What were you doing in 2012? I don't know.
I don't even remember. You've had this case going on.
So
was there an update, or just that it's still there?
That it's over.
It's over?
Yeah, a jury has ruled in favor of the coach, saying...
Oh, that's even... Now they've gone through all that and all that money for all the court stuff, and that's something.
Yeah. John says he just texted. He's a high school track and soccer coach. All students have to sign a waiver.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, that's tough. Like that... But that's where it ended up.
Well,
he's
too bad.
Liable.
You obviously don't want the guy to be hurt, but I don't really think that's the coach's fault.
It's wild.
Just go after the school, just only, not the coach, just the school.
You're not after the school. Like the coach. The coach has no money. You're there for the school's insurance policy.
Go to the school district and try to go after them.
Truth be told, Nikki is absolutely right.
A Rotten Tomatoes score so high, they refuse to make it public. The Riot on RadioU.
Listen, I'm not going to say that everybody has this problem, but some of us know what it's like to feel singled out because of how much we might weigh. Okay? Husky, I think, is the word that was a choice of certain people in regards to me. He's not fat, he's husky.
Husky, all right.
Like a big, powerful husk. Whatever those are.
Well, now we can't hear the word husky anymore.
Sure can't.
It's changed it.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah.
Welcome to it. So, especially, if you're a cat, you don't want somebody referring to you as husky.
Aww.
I feel like if you're a dog and you're husky, that's all right.
Well, especially if you are a husky. That is a type of dog.
Oh, yeah.
So that works.
But, when your cat's husky, you got a problem.
Like from a couple of weeks ago, remember the overweight cat, the cinder block one who was
Wait, are you talking about the one that on the treadmill? Yeah. He was a personal favorite.
He's lost weight. We've been following his progress.
His journey.
When it's sad when you're like, oh, man, the cat's losing more weight with his diet.
So we have here Victor the cat. He was trying to get on a plane. I believe this was in Russia, right? And here's the thing. They'll only allow an 18-pound cat to fly inside the tube.
Yeah, if you want to be in the plane, there is a weight limit for cats and dogs.
Otherwise, you got to go down below.
Down below when things gets a little shady.
Yeah, and so Victor's owner was not okay with this. And so he missed his flight as a result because Victor weighs 22.5 pounds. It's about 4.5 pounds over the limit. So he started searching for a look-alike cat. And here's what he does. He checks in at the desk with the look-alike cat that weighs the right amount.
And then
before he gets on the plane, he swaps the doppelganger cat for Victor. And then he gets on the plane.
Now, no one would have known or
Nobody
probably caught on.
Nobody would have known.
What did he have to go and do?
I'll tell you exactly what he had to do.
You got to go tell on yourself.
He had to brag about it.
So he posted about it on social media, and then someone caught wind, found out. So he got in trouble after, this was way after the flight.
Oh, yeah.
And so he's got his airline miles stripped from the company.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, can he fly with them again? Or is that the only punishment he got?
I don't know. I know for sure that he lost his frequent flyer miles. And then
Which
after
means
that,
nothing to us, because
Right.
I don't think we have enough to make you sad about that. But
Yeah.
maybe he was a big-time flyer.
Maybe he was. I don't know what that's like. Who can own the sky?
So the airline, had the rule for pets at 17 pounds, and he was over, and this was the business class flight.
Well, I'll give him credit for this. He did get some hilarious pictures
They're
of him
so
and the cat
cute.
on the plane and traveling.
They are. They're really cute.
I'm not a cat guy, but these are winners.
I mean, and who hasn't been close, 22 pounds. You needed to get down to 17.
Oh.
You weren't able to get down to make weight.
Hey,
you can't get on the flight.
I'll tell you right now, standing at the baggage counter and being 2 pounds over is just about the worst it can be.
Pretty much like with your luggage.
It's the worst.
So that's it. They weren't laughing at it. They launched an investigation, and then they figured out how he broke the rules.
Mm-hmm. So there he is. Just a reminder, don't lie to the airline about your weight or your pet's weight. They will find out.
Well, don't tell about it. Don't post about it. Everybody finds everything online now.
It's cool to lie. Just don't tell anybody about it.
You just don't want to get caught.
I'm just trying to live life by the code of the Nicky.
Well, to us, the cat, he's pretty close. I know in cat weight, that actually is several pounds, but he's a cute little cat, and he flies well.
He's just trying to live his best life.
Just trying to go in business class and have a good time.
The Riot has now been downloaded. I hope you installed some antivirus. This is the worst of the Riot podcast.
I'm talking to Jerome. He's one of our listeners here at the Riot Enterprises. And
is that what our company name is?
We're just floating some ideas.
Are we?
We're workshopping. And he has reminded me of one of the great principles of life that I should really introduce you to. And that is this, is that good work is always rewarded with more work. So if you are looking to do less and enjoy more, you really should. Now, you can't do work that's so bad that you get fired.
You got to find a balance.
You've got to find the right strip of mediocre that you can live in.
Well, you're still important to keep on the team.
Oh, yeah.
But no one comes to you for when anything is important and needs done.
If something's broken, they're not bringing it to you. Because they know if they bring it to you, it'll get done, but it's going to take a year.
It's kind of a shame on one side, but then brilliant on the other.
If somebody's like, we need somebody that's going to get this thing done well and in a hurry, you don't want that to be you. Because you know what happens?
But you want to be on the team.
Right.
You're just not the leader of the team.
I just want to sit on the bench and, I'll practice, kind of. But I'm really just here for the salary.
Fill out the roster needed.
Yeah, it's fine. And you just want to be right there right at the bottom of the middle of the curve.
Of the sweet spot.
Yeah, that is the sweet spot because you don't have to worry about getting fired. But then again, you also don't have to worry about being the star that's constantly getting more of the work. It's pretty good, right? Now, I don't know. I'm not saying that balance is going to be easy for you to find.
That, in fact, will be harder work than the work that you're putting in at your work.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. But
sometimes it's hard to know what you're putting in. Too much.
I've seen it. I've worked really hard for very little and then worked with people that are like, why are you even trying? What's the point? It doesn't matter. Just What do you care?
Now it's getting sad.
Well, but it was just one of those things where you're like, oh, my dad told me I should work hard.
Yeah. Well, you're told that, when you're still in school, work hard and it'll pay off.
Just remember, the reward for good work is more work. And there was probably a time when that was great, but now we're all on salary, so just whatever.
Just want a little bit of an eye-opener in case you're out there looking for a job. Thanks for giving that sound advice to everyone listening.
Of course, the other side of that is that we're all going to die, so you might as well take pride in your work.
All right, everything is so much.
No, well, we're going to extremes here, but you know what, Nikki?
To the extremes.
No. Here's the thing is, though, I'm just saying, like, there's the other side of this is, like, you know what? You got to live. You might as well be proud about the thing that you're putting some of your life into.
Well, no, because some people say, well, you're going to die anyway, so it doesn't matter what you put into it.
But it's about the journey. It's not about the destination, So it's like, today, I can choose to whatever, or I can choose to really, like, I'm going to work at this.
I don't know what we're leaving you with then as our final thought from all that. We're just thinking it through.
I mean, the meaty part of the curve, you're going to have probably more fun there. Just a heads up. But is it as satisfying?
I think what we're leaving you with is make sure you're a team member, but you don't have to be the team leader. Because if you're the team leader, you're going to have to carry the team.
That's longer hours and very little extra money, honestly.
No thank yous, no nothing. No one appreciates you.
In fact, if something's broken, they're coming to you.
They're coming right back to you, and they're going to blame you for it. That was helpful, wasn't it?
Keep at it, guys.
Yes.
Keep at it.
Keep going. Not too much. Back it down.
Yeah. This is how society declines.
Or does it, or just stay right there.
The Riot is well-versed on many different topics.
They're shy at first, but they're quite skilled at conversation.
This is The Riot on RadioU.
Some afternoon, you should skip work, go home, skip class, have a snow day, whatever. And then here's what I want you to do. I want you to turn on the TV. And if you have cable, I just want you to start flipping through channels. Because daytime morning TV, I'm not necessarily a fan of, but at least they have like something. You can find The Price is Right somewhere. All right?
There's at least a game show.
There's that, all right? But once whatever the noon news is over, afternoon TV is just a shockingly bad, barren wasteland of nonsense.
Isn't it all like judge type shows or?
It's judge shows. It's home renovation shows, but with a twist. I don't even know. But you know what else it still is? I mean, they're still out there, but I guess they're getting like fewer and far between. Are soap operas. Mm-hmm. Soap operas, I mean...
This story was everywhere yesterday.
I'm fascinated by it.
But I
don't know why, but I'm fascinated by it.
But there's a lot of information to this because is it Days of Our Lives?
It's Days of Our Lives.
Mm-hmm. They basically said yesterday that they let everybody out of their contract. So to the outsiders, it sounds like everybody's been fired. And the show is on an indefinite hiatus.
Yeah.
But did you read any more about it?
I did. Well, I did, but I don't know if I know what you know.
So I think it was 8 months filmed ahead. So the show is only picked up through...
Oh, I didn't know they filmed that far ahead. That's fascinating.
They said that it's ridiculous how far ahead this show's filmed because it was picked up through 2020.
Okay.
So the soap opera has filmed 8 months ahead, and it's only picked up till next year. So the 8 months in the next year run into each other.
Sure.
Where they can't film anymore...
until they have a contract.
Until they have a new contract. So what they do is they take everybody out of their contract, stop production because they don't need it for 8 months. Then everybody gets a new contract when they bring the show back, when they actually film it in the future.
Right.
So the show is probably not actually really gone. This is just a practice that they do because they're not going to pay people for the next so many months to sit and do nothing.
Well, and the thing that they were saying is that because their ratings continue to drop, it is very likely that they will...
If they don't pick up the show... Then it never comes back.
It never comes back. But what they were saying is that they probably will pick up the show, but because the ratings are so low, everyone's contracts are out. They'll have new contracts that are for much less money.
Exactly. So that's a tactic.
And I was just fascinated by it because one of the things that I'm blown away by is they do an hour of scripted drama every day. Mm-hmm. And again, Nikki's saying they're 8 months out or whatever, but that's a lot. From writing to shooting to whatever, even if it sucks, it's still a lot. You're telling me 45 minutes of wow. That is so much work.
But to be filmed so far ahead is crazy.
It is crazy.
But it doesn't mean that the show will be off the air. That still stays because they have so many months of shows already done.
Yeah. My grandma used to watch As the World Turns.
Was that a soap opera too?
I don't think that's still on. Yeah. I don't
never
think so.
seen them.
Days of Our Lives. What was the one? I watched a Mystery Science Theater where they were doing a mockery of General Hospital.
Really?
Oh,
That's a
yeah.
good one.
Oh, dude. It was so funny.
So if you saw that yesterday and actually still care about soap operas, it's not quite like they were saying.
Right.
I found it fascinating because when you're in radio or television and stuff, it's just interesting to look at an industry.
Right.
And hear oh no, well, wait a minute. This is a common practice because they don't want to pay you the same amount of money when they do bring the show back down the road.
Here's my other thought, though. Okay. How many? It's an hour a day, 52 weeks a year, 5 days a week. Where's the streaming service that collects?
Oh, all that?
Can you even imagine?
I don't know.
How much? And where do you step in? Oh, yeah, dude, I'll tell you what. It was really best in, 93 to 94.
Everybody always tells you, you need that one episode, season 4, episode 2. But, you're talking years and years and years and years of stuff.
Where Fresh Prince's dad comes back?
Oh, no. That one's always on Facebook as
I know,
clip.
right? But that's what I'm saying is, how do you even begin?
I don't know if they have a lot of fans like that. Go back and look it all up or have their favorite season or their favorite year. I'm not sure.
Oh, dude, you know what? I'm watching season 85, episode 270 right now.
Really where the soap opera started to really come into itself and just really grow.
It's just so good.
Everything you love about the Riot, plus a handy-dandy fast-forward option. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Woo, boy. Hardee's might be onto something.
This looks good. I don't know, though, if it's Carl's Jr. as well. Hardee's is Carl's Jr. Carl's Jr. is Hardee's. They're the same, but they have different marketing. So it might be also at Carl's Jr.
All right, so here's what we have, Nikki. Hardee's has a new Thanksgiving in a box meal.
This is their first ever seasonal meal, they're calling it.
Right, so it's chicken fingers, but they say the chicken fingers are battered in a...
It's stuffing! It's stuffing.
It's stuffing, yeah.
Oh my gosh, it sounds so good.
I know, right? Then sweet potato waffle fries.
That also sounds good.
Tossed in a sweet waffle batter and fried up.
Obie's going to pass on this, but I don't mind the toasted onion green beans. It's like a green bean casserole thing.
Yeah, I'm out on that.
And then a savory chicken gravy.
It looks good.
Looks good.
Chicken gravy.
So if you're I don't want to have Thanksgiving anywhere else but fast food, this is an option.
So here's a quote. A recent study by Hardee's revealed that Americans would like a break from traditional Thanksgiving dinners. Up to 64% of Americans like an alternative to the standard turkey. 53% are hoping for new side dishes this year. So that's something, right?
The stuffing chicken thing, that's a good idea.
That's great.
You could do that at home if you don't have a Hardee's or a Carl's Jr. You just figure out how to do a stuffing breading thing and make the chicken.
Yeah, we're doing a destination Thanksgiving again this year. Just going with my parents. We're going to hit a restaurant.
It's the easiest thing to do.
You know what? There was a time in life when I was 100% against it. And now I'm yeah, let's do it.
So Hardee's is going to be testing the new holiday flavor stuff at participating restaurants in Jacksonville, Florida.
Oh, well, whoopity-doo! So we don't get that anywhere around here?
Nothing. That starts on today, the 13th, and goes until December 3rd.
Oh, well, we've got
While supplies last.
Got a new song here from Demon Hunter called "I Hate Hardee's." It's a new hit single.
Maybe it'll be tested somewhere else. It did seem more like a nationwide thing, and then when you get down to the end, it's nope, Jacksonville, Florida.
Dude, well, I'll tell you what. I have some redeeming news here. I have 2 items of dessert since we're talking about food, and now I'm getting hungry.
Make it better. You get upset about one thing, and what do you want when you're upset?
I believe these to be nationwide.
You sure? Course. You want to make sure before we tell everybody.
I'm going to make sure.
In case you're wondering, yes, we do get complaints.
They have gone too far. This time, they are going to be held accountable.
You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
Two things that are going to be available where you are instead of the Hardee's feast that's left us all wanting more, but there's nothing.
So these should be nationwide fast food things?
I'll tell you the one I'm less excited about first. So we're going to save the best for last. McDonald's is launching a Snickerdoodle McFlurry.
Now that sounds good to me.
That'll
do.
See, I'll just tell you, I think it sounds good too.
Yeah.
Which means the next thing is
even better.
But the Snickerdoodle McFlurry, now here's the deal. It's going nationwide, but right now, between now and November 17th, you can only get it by ordering it through Uber Eats.
Sure.
You can't just go into the restaurant and get it.
Well, you can if the Uber Eats guy's delivering it to you in the restaurant. I mean, you said like there's no way, and there is a way.
Let's put it this way.
It's a workaround.
You can't cut Uber Eats out of the equation.
No, just meet them outside, right outside the door.
So that's a thing. But there's that. But once November 17th rolls around, then you'll be able to get them at McDonald's nationwide.
I get my food delivered every so often on a special day. I've never done ice cream or anything.
Only on days ending in Y?
I know, something like that. Just when you come home late and you just want someone to drive the food to you.
It's like, it's 3:15. It's so late.
I totally need it. But yeah, I haven't tried. So I guess, would I want it to come from Uber Eats or would I just wait?
I don't
or when
know.
you can actually get it at McDonald's, which will be on November 17th.
I'm just going to wait.
You're just going to wait.
The idea of having somebody bring me McDonald's, I'm like, this may be peak lazy.
You haven't done it yet, though. The second you do, when you realize someone could bring you all your food, it changes.
Nikki, I can't cross that line.
No, I know, but
can't cross
you're
that
only
line.
saying that because you've never done it yet.
I can't cross that line.
When you see on your app that person driving in your neighborhood,
No.
and there's your food.
I can't cross that line. I can't. Like the idea, that's why we have never ordered food in here in the morning and had it delivered.
Oh, yeah, we can't do that.
We can't. There are lines. And it's like, I drew that line. Okay. I dug that moat that is impossible to cross. All right.
If anybody tries the Snickerdoodle McFlurry, let us know how it is, but you have to wait till the 17th if you actually want it outside of Uber Eats.
All right, here you go. Here's the one that I'm excited about. The Oreo cream-filled egg.
Now, we've had an Oreo egg before.
I know, but I don't think it's these.
But not the winter version. We've tried it from the UK, and it's just like an Oreo filled egg. You want this one?
I think it looks so good. And it's blue and silver, so like it's winter.
It's like a winter-themed egg, and then so like a Cadbury cream egg, but inside is an Oreo filling. And those are good.
Are you sure we've had
We've
these?
had Oreo-filled eggs.
Well, I want one.
You want one again?
I don't want some British one. I want this one from America. An American Oreo egg.
Yeah, we've had a few because someone sent us a bunch of the eggs that are just more popular in different areas than we normally have here.
So it says Oreo cream-filled eggs are back after their debut during Easter. So they're doing them again, apparently, and they're packaging them differently. Oh, see, I didn't grab that the first time around. I just got so excited by the wrapping. That's fine. You know what? Okay, so we've had them before. So what? I want to have them again.
And you can. You absolutely can.
And the wrapper changes the flavor, guys.
Does it? Are you sure?
I'm
It's still
sure.
Chocolate and a little Oreo cream.
I'm sure it's going to be different and exciting. And I'm going to put it on Facebook and make you watch it.
It was bad enough the first time around, but now it's worse. Don't believe us? Just keep listening. You'll find out soon enough. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
So, today, Nikki and I are working on the RadioU Christmas Channel.
In case you wonder, do we even work after the show?
The answer is one day a year. So there you go.
We are today.
But she feels like in order for us to record the channel, we need to decorate the room.
Am I wrong on that?
I'm not saying you're wrong, but here's what I think
I think you're just sad because we have to do it.
Here's the thing that I can't understand is I love Christmas and I love Christmas trees. Putting up the RadioU Christmas tree takes about 15 to 20 seconds.
It's already still up.
It's still up.
You just walk it into the room.
We just have to carry it in. It's awkward. I get a face full of tree dust.
One bottom part always falls off of the thing. But it's not the worst. We're not actually putting anything up.
You would think that Nikki's asking me to run a marathon. I'm just like, ugh.
I never want to ask you to because you just get so mad or sad about it. It's like,
I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
I mean mad.
I just don't want to. And that's what's so ridiculous is it is the most low maintenance, tiny, stupid little thing. I mean, we're not getting out the box and building it. We're not going into the forest and cutting it down.
The ornaments are still on it. Like, we don't take any of it down. We hide it in the big studio that we have behind us.
It's an awkward carry for, what?
I'll get the door.
I know.
I brought the little tree out, and then we have a snowman and a penguin thing. So everything else is all ready. We just need to plug it in after you bring the tree.
Yeah. I just don't want to. Why do I not want to? Like, why is it that this small, insignificant, no big deal thing, and I'm just like...
Is a big deal?
I always have to do stuff I don't want to. I never get to do what I want.
Every year he's like this.
I know.
It's a tradition.
It is. It's just part of it.
Are you like that when it comes to like the tree at your house, or are you happy to put that up?
I'm getting that way. I'm just one of those things where like I don't want... I want to enjoy it, but I don't want to put in any of the effort it takes to get ready for it.
You want next year? You want me to delegate it to someone else?
No, it's fine. Whatever.
That's what we say when it's not fine, because whatever.
I just don't want to.
Let's just go get the dumb tree, right?
Just put up your stupid tree. Fine. Jesus was born. Get a tree.
It's one tree. I'm not even putting the stockings up this year. We're just putting the tree in.
You know what? And just to be clear, guys, I used to have 4 Christmas trees, and last year I was down to 1. I was like, once I put it up, I was like, man, screw these other trees. I'm not doing this.
1 is just fine.
What is wrong with
So we are doing our Christmas channel later this morning, and Obi will have a better attitude about the Christmas stuff when it comes to the channel time.
He's a genuine joy. A genuine joy.
Every year, I'm just like, oh, it's time to bring the tree out. Let's talk to Obi about it.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go do it.
We are.
Let's go do it during this song. Let's go get the tree.
Hearts Like Lions. I'm going to go get covered in tree dust.
I want you to know that's what's going on during this song.
It's not a drug. It's not a code word. It's literally dust from the Christmas tree.
You mean Christmas tree dust? That does sound like it comes in a baggie.
I know. Hey, man, I'm always looking for a harder, stronger Christmas. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no.
Grinding up trees and ornaments and just snorting them. Christmas!
We've made it worse.
I know.
We've made it worse.
That was absolutely my intention.
I gave during the last fundraiser, and all I got was this crappy morning show. This is The Riot on listener-supported Radio U.
Listen, making friends is hard. Now, I didn't find making friends to be hard in school.
But when you're out of school.
But I'm telling you what, after you graduate from college, friendship is hard because you just don't, like, it's just not the same. Like in college, like you're living near people, like it's all happening, whatever.
But I found college, I still feel, depending on if you join anything, can still be a little harder than high school, where
I agree with that. Yeah.
You're really close together. The more we spread apart,
sure.
And then you just get new jobs and you do whatever, it tends to change.
Well, my advantage, I guess, in college was I lived on campus. And so if you live on campus, I found it to be pretty easy because just from sheer proximity, like you'll run into the same people at the same times and whatever. But it's not very easy once you get out. Or I guess just as life goes on, it gets harder and harder. Well, how much would you pay for a friend?
Got to start somewhere.
Get a load of this. There is a company now called BFF Matchmaking. So think dating site, but for friends.
So wait, are you paying or are you just meeting people that could be friends?
You pay. Let's see, somewhere between $900 and $2,100. I have no idea what the difference is in the price.
Well, how good do you want the friends to be?
Maybe. They will introduce you to 3 to 6 potential friends.
But you're not like paying once you meet, like you're not paying to hang out with the people.
No. It's not that.
They're just matching you with them, like a dating service or an app. You sometimes can pay for some of those.
Yes. You are paying to make a connection.
It should really be free. But like if it was an app and it was just finding friends.
You might be able to do something that was ad driven or something like that. But the idea is like, hey, we're just going to help you make a connection with people.
It's not a bad idea if you want friends in the area.
It's like you said, it's a bummer that it costs money, and maybe there's room for...
And that's not a little money. That seems like a lot of money for if I'm only getting 3 to 6 friends out of it. I think I need to get more.
Do you want more than 6 friends?
No, because then it's hard to be good friends with the people. So I kind of prefer a smaller amount of friends.
They say that you have, what is it, like you have, your best friend, and then you have like a close circle of friends, and like each circle gets larger the farther you go out, but...
then you have your social media friends, which,
are not even friends at all.
Are not even really friends.
They're just the people you stalk, spy on, see if their life's better than yours.
It's a good idea. I mean, technically, the social media sites that we're on now could already be a way for you to find friends to hang out with.
Right.
Locally, in the area.
Yeah, I mean, it's a thing. And I mean, you can go to gathering places. You can join a club. You can go to a church. You can
go
to...
Of work, doesn't it?
I mean, it's going to involve you getting out there and meeting people.
You got to get out there and you got to put yourself out there. Those are 2 different things.
You actually do.
Matthew said he absolutely loved to be your friend, Obi.
Oh, well, Matthew, that's very nice, but I don't make friends anymore.
It's too late.
I quit. Like, I just totally gave up. No.
And then Barb said, Bumble is a dating app, but you can actually switch to find friends if you'd rather use it that way.
I know, but like, I don't need any female friends because women always want me for my body, and I am just looking for...
No, you need to switch it and not use it that way.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just looking for...
It's too hard for you, isn't it?
It is. It's tough. Like, when you're the apex predator, everybody looks like something to eat.
What is wrong with you today? What are you thinking these things from?
I just want you guys to know, I don't mean anything I say. I have plenty of friends.
Yeah!
You were one of the lucky few who missed the riot when they were live. Yet here you are.
I also like to live dangerously.
This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
This may be my last broadcast because that tree is going to fall on me with that star. It is.
I think I got it. I'm trying to reuse and recycle.
You're safe.
It's not going to hit me. I'm over here.
Exactly. I'm over here. We have we have 2 trees. We have the big tree in the corner that's missing half its lights. And then we have the big tree.
A little tree here.
Little tree that's on the desk that Nikki has taken the big star from the big tree and put it on the little tree. And it's flopping all over the place.
Listen. Don't move and don't hit the desk. It'll stay put.
Yeah, that's good because those are things that never happen.
I wanted it on the big tree, but no one ever wants to try to find the connector to put it on that tree.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, we'll just use it here. It's fine. It's going to be great. Chris is going to probably have to come in and fix it.
Probably, yeah.
But it looks nice.
Chris has to fix everything we do.
He likes to. That's his thing. He likes to fix it.
He's good at it.
He's good at it. He's fixing it.
Yeah, it's nice.
I think it looks good.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really leaning. I'm more worried because the Star's power plug-in thing, it's like this brick. It's so big. It weighs more than I think the tree does. So I think that's what's making it tilt a little more.
Mm-hmm.
So not the star itself. All right. It looks so nice in here, doesn't it?
I can't stop staring at it.
It's like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. It just leans to the right.
Well,
are you going to plug that one? You want to plug that tree in?
Go for it.
I don't like to do that. You got to go under the table. I did the star. You know what?
I wish I could get it. We have cameras in here. Can we get the footage from this day last year where we're having the same discussion? Hey, are we going to plug it in?
You do that. Okay. You plug it in, please.
Okay.
I put the star up there and I plug the star in.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you guys wish you could spend more time with these fun people, today Nikki and I are going to be doing at some point a Riot Skips Work. We're going to go over and try those brand new donuts from Krispy Kreme. And, okay, the TV shopping thing, I don't know.
Oh, you don't want to? Well, even if we don't stream it.
We'll still go.
Yeah, we can still go afterwards.
Well,
I wanted to have lunch there.
Oh.
I was planning on a hot dog.
Okay, that's fine. But I got to sell I want to sell my existing TV before I buy another one. And the person who's going to buy it is not going to buy it. So now I got to go.
Oh, you got to do that again?
I got to marketplace it. And I feel like it would only be fair to sell it before I buy another one.
Sure, that would be responsible of you.
That's the responsible thing to do. or we can just slap that plastic down and make our dreams come true.
We could just go, let's put your air quotes up. We could just go look and see what happens.
Well, that's what we're going to do. We're definitely there to look.
And the hot dog.
Hey, so what do you think of Obadiah?
The truth is, he's not a very nice person.
Okay, well, what about Nikki?
The very best there is.
You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
The last couple of weeks, I've just had a ton of stuff that I've been, had on my mind that I've been thinking through, working through. I've been looking for, a new, what do you call, almost like project management or something, like personal management, though.
Sure.
Like an app or a website.
Something to help keep things more organized.
Yeah, so that way I can keep track better of what I'm doing and what I should be doing, et cetera, because I just find a lot of times if I just go on the whim where I'm like, I'll just do this, it's like, yeah, that was a great choice. Good one.
Not a bad choice, but we're just saying there might be a better choice.
There might be
a better one.
There may have been a better choice in the middle of it. You know, the funny thing is, though, here's what I've noticed. I've been so busy, I don't want to stop. Even in the evening, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, whatever. If I'm watching TV, I have to stare at my phone because I can't get my brain to slow down enough to watch TV, let alone read a book or whatever. The other thing I don't want to do is I don't want to spend any time talking to God about anything. I'm just like, God, it's too much time. You know what's going on. You be there. I'll be here. I'll see you later. I got stuff to do. I gotta go. I gotta bye. So the last couple of days I have been forcing myself to stop because here's what I've realized, that what I really need is God's help and an app to sort through some of what I'm going on. But, I've been spending time researching the app, but with God, I'm just like, whatever. You'll be there. I'll see you there when you get there. I'm busy. I'm so busy right now. I need a little time. I need to make time for what's important. I need to make some time for God. And you know what? I have found, and here's the thing too, it seems like, I don't have time, I just grab my phone and I set a 5-minute timer. I'm like, all right, God, let's get together. Let's talk. Now, see, that's a relationship, right? It almost sounds like God and I are dating or something. Make time for him. He's important. Spend time together. But do you know that that's what a relationship with God is like? Is that having a relationship with him, nobody wants to be dating somebody that you don't see, that you never spend time with, is never around. No, you want to be with them because they're awesome. And God is the same way. I mean, the difference is I'm not trading God up every other month for somebody new, so God and I have been together for a long time, and I got to take time to spend with him. You should do the same thing. I'm telling you this because I need to hear it. We all need God in our life. And maybe right now things are great and it seems like, I got this. But do you know that I need God just as much on the days where I'm screaming, I got this, as I do on the days when I'm like, I'll never make it. Oh, God, help me. We want God around all the time. And he is. Jesus, you invite him into your life. He's never going to leave you. But sometimes you got to take a little time and turn to him and talk to him. If you don't have a relationship with God, see, I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about an interactive one-on-one relationship. Just say, God, I need that. I want you in my life. I want you to fill me with your spirit. I want to have a relationship with you. And today, here's what's going on. And I want to invite you in. It's a great place to start. Again, it's not about something religious or whatever. I'm talking about God and you together, friends.
The Riot really wanted to do this live, but now they can play video games and eat rice cakes instead. This is the worst of the Riot podcast.
I appreciate your genuine enthusiasm.
I like the star.
Chris has lit the tree and the star.
Woo!
And it's happening.
You know what's nice is Chris will eventually get it set up to where when we come in at a certain time every morning, it just turns on.
The tree turns itself on.
It just automatically starts.
That's the thing.
You can do that from my computer, actually. Mm-hmm. So RadioU Christmas Channel, that is launching next Friday on the 22nd. Uh-huh. So don't forget, if you want to make sure to mark that down and be ready, we'll have that on our free RadioU Roku channel, our RadioU app, which is free also. You can download, and then through RadioU.com.
Okay, Nikki.
Oh, the star fell.
I told you.
You weren't supposed to move it. You weren't supposed to move it. I said don't move it.
I told you.
Well, can we zip tie it?
Where can we find zip ties?
Can we just, wrap it around the top of it? It looks nice on there. We'll figure it out. What were you saying before the star fell off the tree?
I feel like I've lost all... I don't even know.
You don't remember what it is?
Yeah. No, actually, we were talking about what's happening next Friday, but what about I can't.
It actually works well there.
I can't.
You put the star on top of one of our microphone
Chris
things.
has moved the star from the tree.
It won't
to
fall
one of our
from there.
It won't. We're not going to be able to use that camera.
But
then again, when do we anyway?
It's fine.
I like it.
Does it work?
I don't know. Whatever.
Well, if we can fit it back on the tree, that'd be awesome. But if not, that's good second place.
The Riot. Just because it's bad doesn't mean it's not good. Wait, isn't that exactly what it means? It's The Riot on Radio U.
Did you know that Charlie's Angels comes out on Friday?
I did, yeah. I'm a girl. They've been pushing that at me.
Have they really?
Actually, yeah, I've seen a lot of.
Okay, because real talk, aside from that, who is it?
Kristen Stewart?
No. The song that is out that I keep seeing the video everywhere I go.
Ariana.
Yes, Ariana Grande. That's the only thing that I have seen from it. I was like, man, when does that come out? I will tell you right now, I have not gotten a single pop-up ad, video push, nothing.
Says you're a boy.
I guess. But isn't that okay? No offense, ladies, but if you trace the history of Charlie's Angels, wasn't that a 70s show where it was like...
I think it's a bit sexist.
Yeah, it was like, hey, boys, come and leer at the girls while they blow stuff up.
Probably. But
Wasn't that the thing?
I think they're trying to make it like it's not that. Now we're
Girl
empowered.
Power.
Yeah.
Girl power. So power. So do you feel empowered?
When I saw the trailer, I thought it was like it was trying a little too hard for it.
For empowerment?
Yeah, just trying a bit too much.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Okay, I will say, I feel like a lot of times in film, TV, whatever, when they're pushing girl power, I feel like they're pushing it the way you would push and fast cars and this and girl power. And it's like, could we just have girls being powerful and have it not be a girl power thing?
Yeah. I feel like they put a lot of the same cliche stuff that you would expect to still see. But and it's still usually coming from a studio, which is not usually truly about girl power. So it's something. I
don't know. Give me a strong female character who does not use the phrase strong female character at any point.
Yes.
They're just strong. And I walk away going, that was a very strong character. Not, she told me she was a strong female character.
Yes. I don't know how else to explain that. But when I see that and a few other things, it's just, it's too much and it takes away from what it actually could have been.
It is interesting, though. It is written and directed by Elizabeth Banks, who also stars in it.
She's in it.
I do think that's kind of cool. I'll be curious to see, what from a female director, because the last Charlie's Angels movies came from Mick G., whose career
antithesis
did not. He also directed Terminator Salvation.
Did he? I forget about that one.
And he also directed
did that Netflix one.
The Babysitter.
That
on Netflix.
Never saw it. Don't even need to see it.
Yeah, it's fine.
He had a style about him.
Well, he was a great commercial director. Mm-hmm. And actually, that original Charlie's Angels film, it's very kinetic, really. I'm not going to say that it's good per se.
No one's saying that.
The one guy who's in it, though, is funny, which helps no one. I can't remember the actor's name. He's a great actor, though, but he was in it. And then, of course, the female leads. But that was not... that was another one of those movies where they're like, female empowerment, wink. And you were like... Okay.
Oh, well, we'll see how it does this weekend.
Let's just see how it does.
Let's just see how it does.
But does it get your money, Nikki?
Probably not.
Okay.
No. I want to see the Mr. Rogers neighborhood thing. I'm saving my money for that because I'm ready to cry. I'm ready to go in. This girl, me, I'm going to be empowered to go in and cry my way through that entire movie. Because that's that. I'm
going to take my Charlie's Angels money and buy bulk tissues.
Yes, to go to see what I would like to go see. Mm-hmm. And I also missed out. I wanted to see, the JoJo Rabbit one? Yeah, no, I still want to see that one too, but...
Me too.
I think Mr. Rogers, it has to be first.
Yeah. Well, that dude, the JoJo thing, I would have had to drive 40 miles. It'll be on iTunes in a week. I just wait it out.
I'm sorry, is that everybody involved in the movie happy to hear you say it that way?
I'm sorry, Tiki Watiti. You're funny, dude. I love you, but I didn't make it.
This was the worst of the Riot, and we'd like to congratulate you on having the stomach to stick around to the very end. The Riot exists because Radio U exists, and Radio U only exists because of your support. Find out more and give now at RadioU.com/donate.
Hey, man, I'm always looking for a harder, stronger Christmas. You know what I'm saying?